Hello, my name is Les and welcome to the Monster Painter. Now today I was planning to do a review of Ral Partha's ancient 1980s long forgotten game Caverns Deep, but this box had something else in mind. Now I purchased this for the princely sum of $5 some few years ago at a beloved game convention here in Toronto, Breakout Con. I'm sure hoping those come back. And I had every reason to believe that this box of Caverns Deep contained Caverns Deep, and it in part does. I mean, we've got the battle result matrix. Remember those old players? Hey, the rules, Caverns Deep, not very long, just 4 pages. Now, I knew that these lovely miniatures weren't in the box when I bought it. I mean, it would have cost a lot more if it contained 8 vintage Ral Partha dwarves and 8 or 12 vintage Ral Partha goblins. It also had the player area, even the errata, or frequently asked questions. But that's where it ends. Now, I assumed that the pile of cardboard here in the rest of the box was the components for playing the game. And I was going to play the game and substitute in a bunch of my favorite miniatures. I got lots of dwarves and goblins. But it's not to be, because that is where the Caverns Deep part of this box ends. And instead, we have something from Heritage USA from 1981. And it appears that the rest of the box is dungeon floors, modular player aids. Yeah, so rather than Caverns Deep, I've got a pile of floor tiles. Heritage USA is probably best known for making those classic dungeon dweller models of the early 80s. And I didn't really know they made dungeon tiles, but boy did they ever. Look at these beautifully illustrated, detailed tiles. Wonderful stuff. Very heartfelt, fully illustrated, pretty compelling. All sorts of crazy things. We got curving passages, irregular tiles, little squares, lots of irregular tiles, a whole variety of wells and pits. Ooh, and a big round trap door. That's always fun. Beautifully illustrated little trapdoors. These are charming as all hell. Big trapdoors. Stone rooms, of course, as you saw. Wooden floors, plank floors. Oh, and look at that. Little details all over the place. Beautiful. Staircases. And even better, a spiral staircase. Pits. They look like troughs. Proper pits, one that's at least a proper, safely secured pit. But it doesn't end there. We've got a bunch of tables, a whole pile of chairs, enough to do an entire tavern scene, or even maybe a theater scene. Holy mackerel, that's a ton of chairs. These little guys here, I believe, are supposed to be doors, and they got wood ones, and we got some metal ones as well. I think that these are supposed to kind of fold like the chairs, and I imagine that represents a passageway in the dungeon complex. And then, along with the chairs and the tables, we got a couple of beds, and even a sarcophagus. And quite a lovely set. Heritage USA, your dungeon floors are great. And here are the Heritage USA dungeon tiles, providing a natural habitat for adventurers. In, of course, the Tavern. A place where so many exciting missions begin, and a place of intrigue. But as the adventurers will discover, more lies beneath, including vile villainy and ancient horrors. But that is not where it ends. We will encounter mind-bending nightmares, weird monsters, and ultimately a passageway to the next level of the dungeon. This video didn't go the way I thought it was going to, but I have to say I'm kind of happy this box did not contain Caverns Deep, the old-timey miniatures game by Ral Partha from 1980, but instead contained Dungeon Floors, the old-timey dungeon tile system from Heritage Miniatures from 1981. I believe it's the 3rd edition. There were 2 earlier editions that were just in black and white and were not nearly as lovely looking. These tiles are very portable, they're very charming, they make a quick dungeon really simple, so I couldn't be more pleased. Coming soon to the Monster Painter, a review of the new Frostgrave expansion, The Red King, featuring unspeakable evil. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.